All right, so we're going to continue my like mini series of videos on my series and where I'm at with my reading and things like that. Just like, accountability, check in, where am I at? And so I went through my story graph and I was like, okay, every book that's a series, write it on this spreadsheet and determine, have I finished it? Is it ongoing? I have a couple different differentiations for ongoing that I'll go into. Is it something I am pausing, DNFing? And you've already have my pausing DNF video. So this, I'm going to go through how many books I have as finished and different parts of ongoing, and maybe go more in depth into some of the categories, but also some of them I'm just going to say I have this many books in that category, because otherwise this video would probably be way too long, because I am chatty. Putting this list together, I tried to track for as far back as I've been tracking as a reader. So it's not perfect, but it's as good as it's going to get. And I have read 38 series in my lifetime, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if that's a large or small number, but I'm pretty happy with that in my time as a reader, I know of 38 series I have finished. Not all of them are good. I was looking through it, and I do have a tier ranking video. It's probably from fall of last year, where I ranked a lot of the series that I had finished. So if you want to know some of my thoughts, it probably isn't all 38, but it's a lot of them. You can go check it out. There are definitely series that I finished that I should have DNF'd. It's definitely a thing that I'm better at than DNFing actual books, standalone books, but I'm not as good at with series sometimes, because my brain's always it can get better. And sometimes it gets worse. Sometimes it starts off really good, and then it's just what happened to you? But regardless, 38 were finished. I have 3 kind of categories for where books are in continuing series, because I'm not like Abby from Abby Salter, and I'm not putting them all together, because that would stress me out, especially because some of these I have no control over. If you don't know, Abby has this goal of getting her series number to a certain point, and she refuses to remove books that are ongoing that she's caught up on, which fair. Everyone's allowed to do what they want, but that would stress me out. So I have one where it's I'm caught up. I can't do anything about it. But I also have a caught up category where it's but there's only one book out. I've just read the first book. That's more for me, because as I, look at anticipated releases or go on NetGalley, I can be well, I read all of these last year or 2 years ago. Is the second book out yet? So it's just kind of an easy list of I read the first book in this series. Is the other one out? And it also will help me as I keep going each year to be okay, I've read the first book in this series and it's been X time since I've read it, and the second book's finally coming out. Do I still want to read it? Is it something I'm still interested in? So that's why I have that delineation. So really I have a caught up category split in 2. And then I have ongoing that I could be working on, and they're not finished yet. So that's the demarcation. So in my caught up, it's not just the first book. I only have 14 series that I can't do anything about. And some of them are probably just going to be there for ever. Looking at you, A Song of Ice and Fire. I don't even know, right now I have it in caught up. I didn't put it on my DNF or pause video, but am I going to continue reading it? I don't know. I have no clue if Winds of Winter and is it Songs of Spring, if they ever come out, if I'll pick them up. I have no clue. It's for sure a series that it will probably be on pause and waiting for the Song of Spring to come out. I'm not just going to read Winds of Winter. I don't know. Regardless, you get the idea that some of these are really out of my power. And then I have 13 series where I've read the first book in the series. But there are no other books yet, because I read a lot of recent releases, and I'm excited about it. So many of these, I looked at them and was oh, I cannot wait for the sequel. So that's really excited for me. And then I have 8 series that are ongoing that I can be working on, which I thought that number would be way higher. So I'm really pleased that I only have 8 series that I'm working on. And those are the ones I'll list to you guys, because I think those are more interesting. These are the ones that I can be reading. So kind of when I'm putting together my quarterly videos about my series, these are series that I'm actively trying to make sure I pull from, or if I'm not pulling from them, maybe they are paused or DNF'd or something, there comes a point where if you're not pulling from them, there's a reason. So let's talk about those. The first one I am working on, and that's the Hollow Crown series by Zoraida Cordova. This has Incendiary as the first book and Illusionary as the second. I am 30-some% of the way through Illusionary. Really liking it. And it's a duology, so once I finish it, it's done. Another duology that I'm currently working on finishing is We Free the Stars, and it's in the Sands of Araria, which I'm very bad at saying that word for some reason, even though I've been listening to the audiobook, so I hear it all the time. But I just finished my reread of We Hunt the Flames for We Free the Stars, so I can finish this duology up, and I'll have that done. And then we have, I think it might be a duology as well. I don't know for sure, but it's Escaping Exodus and Symbiosis, which I think the series name is just Escaping Exodus. So I need to read Symbiosis. I have not started it yet, but it's, if you saw the TBR for August, it's on the list, and I'm really hoping I get to it because I really, really liked Escaping Exodus, and I want to do a review for the duology completely because I want people to read it because it's so good. It's so good. I have Malazan, which I have a whole Malazan playlist. If you are a Malazan fan, I have 2 spoiler-free reviews, and I have 3 spoiler-free, very long vlogs about my experience through the first 3 books. Need to get to House of Change soon. That's the 4th book in the series, but I take those very slow, and I give myself all the breaks in the world because they are dense, dense books. And if I read them back to back, I will burn out and not like the series. So, that's how I'm going to read it. I know how to read for my enjoyment, and that's how it goes, but I'm still really enjoying that series. A series that I'm also reading that's very long, and I take breaks between, Wheel of Time. I don't know if I filmed it yet, I don't know if it's up yet, but I will be making a Wheel of Time, my experience so far video, because I've read the first 6 books, so I'm pre the slog, and then I'll probably make a video about the slog, because apparently this is a series that breaks all of my rules about when I normally DNF series. I don't know why. I'm blaming Stephanie because she's so fun to read with, because I primarily buddy read Wheel of Time with her. If you don't know, Wheel of Time is a very, very popular and famous book series, and it's going to have an Amazon show. It is an epic fantasy series about a chosen one and a big bad, and you have to defeat them. And it's kind of a world that has lost some magic, but now magic's kind of coming back. It's pretty cool. I can see how it has influenced a lot of the fantasy I love. So from that perspective, it's been interesting. But I'm only, how far am I? 6 out of 14 novels, and that doesn't include the novella. But word count-wise, I looked at a graph. I'm like halfway through word count-wise, so that's exciting. I've got Percy Jackson and the Olympian. So I've read The Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters, and this is one that I just pick up a book every 6 to 12 months. When I'm feeling it, because they're very formulaic, and that's fine. But for me, if I read too many formulaic things in a row, I will get slumpy and I will not have fun. Also, the second book, I tried the audiobook, and it is so fun. So audiobook is probably how I'm going to finish out this series as well. And then I have Live Ship Traders, which I am hoping to get to the 3rd book in Live Ship Traders in August. I'm going on vacation soon, which is hence the pre-filming of my life. So if you see the shirt a lot, that means I was very productive today. I probably won't get more than 2 or 3 videos filmed in this shirt, but anyways, that's a tangent. But I'm hoping to just be on vacation and read a whole bunch of Ship of Destiny, because I cannot wait to see how this ends. So yeah, and I'm not counting the whole Realm of the Elderlings, because that would just be too much for my brain. It's Wheel of Time's hard enough. It's for sure the longest series that I've ever actually actively continued reading. And then, what else do we've got? We've got one more, and that's The Singing Hills Cycle. I read The Empress of Salt and Fortune. It made it into my novellas recommendation video, if you haven't seen that. And then I need to get to, and it's on my Kindle, it's When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain, which I'm very excited for, but also kind of saving for a rainy day in terms of my mood. So those are the 8 ongoing series, and all of them I have plans to work on in the near future, which is exciting. And also just I feel good that there's only 8. It makes me feel like I have more freedom to start series. Not that I ever stop myself. If you're at all curious to know about what series I'm caught up on or have read, let me know, and I can make a video for that. I didn't, how many books would I be talking about if I talked about all of them? It would be a lot. It's 38 finished series, and things that I'm caught up on are 27. So it's just a lot, and I ramble, so. And this video, for once, is going to be a short one, so hopefully that's good with you guys. And if you made it this far, well, I would love to know how many series that you're working on, right now, that, aren't, paused forever, that you're really excited about, and, which ones you're hoping to get to really soon. If you want to just leave me an emoji, leave me a tiger for When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain. And, if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.